Hello once again, and welcome to the Play Pouch podcast. This one is for April 2026, and unlike last month, we did manage to get this one just in on time, so it will be more relevant, I promised. Yeah, so this is our monthly podcast. We talk about the games we've been playing this month. We talk about the games that we may be playing in the next month, and we just have a little discussion about anything that any big news that's kind of happened in the gaming industry within the month of April. So yeah, today unfortunately Com can't make it today. So I am with Alan, and also making his return after a little hiatus. Stockbridge Works, otherwise known as Pete, who I'm sure you guys know from doing streams on the channel as well. How are you guys doing?
Okay, mate. Not bad.
Not bad. I am good.
Big up to Ryan in the chat. How you, Ryan? How you, mate? You're always getting there first. Bless you, Ryan. I hope you're doing well.
What's up, Ryan?
So, right, we'll start with what we've been playing. Why don't you start off, Pete? Because obviously you haven't been on the channel in a couple of months, so none of us really know what the hell you've been playing. So you tell us, what have you been playing in the last month?
First of all, I must apologise for the hiatus. I had some mental health problems to deal with. They're not over. It's up and down, as all you mental health lovers will know. So, but yes, I have been sort of playing things on the download a little. I've been playing a lot of Magic the Gathering, and for some reason now I've got two accounts rather than one, and I will explain, because one I used as my main account. It's the account that if I am going to pour money into it, I do. And can I just say, for the record, over the past 6 years, I've only poured like 200 into it, so it's not terrible. And then on my alt account, it's just literally like free to play, see how far I can get with a free to play. I like Magic that much, and I've been pouring loads and loads of hours into it. I'm at the mythic level with my main account, and I play historic matches rather than the standard matches, because historic is a lot more fun. You get to play a lot more lethal cards. And I have a lot more in terms of historic cards than sort of standard cards. So I just play historic matches all the time. It's great fun. It's absolutely great fun. I will be doing a couple of streams at some point of it, just to gauge the reaction from our lovely audience. Other than that, I've been doing a little bit of Star Citizen with my brother. And Star Citizen is coming along as well. There's still bugs. It's still bugs galore. But they're refining all the gameplay loops and everything else that goes with it. They're bringing in new tech, obviously, all the time. Squadron 42 is slated for release this year. We still haven't got any info, but all the people who do like all this data mining stuff, they're saying that it's going to be towards the end of the year, before GTA. I think is the general consensus. So we'll see what happens with that, because that Squadron 42 is a long time coming, and our version of Star Citizen, the MMO version, has taken a beating because of the development of Squadron 42. So hopefully, when Squadron 42 releases, the tech from that game has already been making its way to the MMO version, and hopefully by its release there'll be a lot more focus on the MMO version. So that's what I've been doing. Not great, but not a great variety of games. Oh, maybe a bit of TCG Card Simulator, because of Nick playing it the other week, and that's a great game. I modded that for Magic the Gathering as well, so now I'm selling Magic the Gathering cards, which is yes, a thing. So yes, that's what I've been doing.
Nice. My reaction generally to that is, I mean, I'll be talking about Card Simulator myself in a sec, but the Star Citizen, I'm one of those, like, I'll believe it when I see it, because I've heard so many false storms about that game. Eventually, they have to release at some point, but I don't know if I can remember a game. I mean, Alan remembers Colonial. If I say it to Colonial Marines, I know exactly what Alan thinks. That's the only game I can think of even that comes close to the kind of, not Dead Event or Hell, but the amount of time it's taken. So I'm weary. I haven't played it. I've seen a couple of your streams. It obviously looks impressive. Whether or not it ever comes to the consoles, I have my doubts about that.
The console got run
No.
as complicated.
If
It
it
will.
does, it'll run terribly. I'm pretty sure if it were to come on console, it would run terribly. I mean, the consoles can barely handle anything nowadays. So we'll have to wait and see. Alan, anything on Star Citizen? Have you just seen the same stuff I have? Really?
Yeah, I've seen the same stuff. I went to pizza a couple weeks ago and saw a little bit of Star Citizen in action. I love it. I think it's great. The potential is immense. I love it. It's like a big budget version of No Man's Sky. And No Man's Sky, as we know, is a fantastic game. It's really it's in itself is really low budget, but it's the fact you can go exploring. But with Star Citizen, the details there. I mean, people show me the ships he has, and it's like something straight out of Star Wars. It's fantastic in terms of the detail of the ships. You go on board, you can see the cockpit, you can see all the little parts of the ship. You're on a space station, and I love it.
In defense of Star Citizen, like they went from in the early days, they went from Amazon's game engine, I've forgotten what it's called, Lumberyard, and which kind of sucked. So they realized after about 5 years or so that it needed to be better. So they transferred everything over to what they called their Star Engine. And so they're trying to bring in brand new technology. It's all about server meshing. So it's not all sort of running on one server or being relied on one server. There's like a whole ton of servers being meshed together so that you can play alongside thousands of people rather than just like tens of people. And that's the idea. And but to bring something like that together with a huge universe is obviously really difficult. And this is what they've been doing, but then there's a whole lot of controversy as well. So it's like, yes, it's taken a long time, and they're using new ships to fuel the development of the game essentially at this point.
I think that is one of the things I can't stand about it. I hate that crap.
No, I hate it as well. I really can't stand it, but they have to do something, I guess. But they're at the point, and this is my point I wanted to make, they're at the point of no return. So they will finish it. It's just kind of when, and I'm hoping that the single player game Squadron is done this year, so they can focus their attention on the MMO side.
So what's this Squadron 42? Is it?
Yeah, it's mate. It's more of the same, but it's got Gillian Anderson. It's got Mark
Hamill.
Mark Hamill, and it's got the other guy, Mark, the other actor, Mark something.
Strong.
He was in a lot. Mark Strong. Let's see, Andy Serkis. It's got. It's an all-star cast. I'm not kidding you. So we've all been eager to fucking play this.
I'm not as excited as you guys about it, but
you'll love it, mate. It will work eventually, and then when it does, and it will come on consoles as well. By the way, it will.
It depends on how pay to win it is, because I ain't getting involved in that crap, and I imagine that they're gonna go all in. Right? I mean, if they've been selling ships for hundreds of thousands and stuff like that, I mean.
Well, no, this is all earnable in game. You can get all the. You don't have to It's not.
Yeah, but what kind of paywall? What kind of wall do they put behind the grinds? Because we're talking about what Ubisoft do, right? Yeah, you can earn all these things in the game, but what kind of hoops do you have to jump through in order to get these things?
It's just your average gameplay grind. I mean, if you want to get the best stuff, then yeah, you have to grind for it. But you can get cool stuff. You can buy all the ships, and they're not expensive in game. There may be millions, but you have to spend your time with a career. You've got to get to a citizenship level so that you can buy land and stuff like that eventually. So it's not going to be pay to win. I can tell you that much. It's just like people who have been, spending thousands and thousands on ships. So in that way, they are shooting themselves in the foot by having loads of gamers with loads of fucking powerful ships already.
If I'm somebody who's, I never would, because I'd never have this kind of money, but if I was somebody who spent 10 grand on a ship and then they release the game and I find out that this ship I spent 10 grand for, you can get if you spend 100 hours in the game and grind for it, I'd be like, the fuck did I spend 10 grand for then?
Well, yeah. You're spending 10 grand on funding the development of the game. Is essentially it. So they know. It's like, well, here's the tip. You are actually paying that money to fund the game. So like, when the game comes out, don't be upset that it took someone 200 hours of grinding money to get it.
They'll have to be very careful. We'll have to see how they do. But they'll have to be very careful when they do finally get 1.0 or whatever, when it's finally released, because they might have a lot of unhappy people. It will depend on what kind of rules they put these things behind. Is it I'm getting Star Wars Galaxies, an old MMO now. It's not even around anymore. I'm getting those kind of vibes a little bit by this, by what you're saying, but we'll see. Time to move on. That's very old. It doesn't even exist anymore. So that's 20 years ago. But when you're saying these things, I'm getting little flashbacks when you're saying these things. So we'll have to see how they manage it.
Well, there's going to be like twice at least, if not that, 3 times the amount of ships that there are now out in the game by the time it's out. It's not like those are just going to be the ships. There's going to be thousands of ships.
I mean, if they've made it cosmetic, that's one thing. And a lot of people will fall for the cosmetic stuff because a lot of people care about that stuff. But if they've made it that the people who have bought these ships and these ships are more powerful, especially if there's going to be PvP, which I'm assuming there will be, that's when you go.
Oh, but you swap out all the components, though, dude. It's not you're not locked to the components that come with the ship. You can swap out things. You can buy weapon racks and missile racks and shields.
Won't the people who spent all that money be at a massive advantage, though?
No, because it's all balanced. If someone rocks up in a capital ship, and that guy's got a capital ship, and it depends what mission you're on. So obviously, if it's just a dogfight, it's a bit overkill. But if you're going in for a proper fucking raid mission and you need a capital ship with about 10, 12 people on board, plus like ships that can fly out of that capital ship, then it's all a team effort. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that's going to be an issue because these people knew what they were signing up for anyway. They knew that they were just funding the development of the game, and when the game comes out, they've got a huge head start. That's really what they're paying for. So I think they get it.
We'll see. I think they might be playing with fire, but we won't know until it actually officially comes out, and then most people who probably won't be able to invest that kind of money have to see how they feel about it. Like if they feel they're underpowered, let's see. Well, we won't know. Be intriguing to see when it comes out, to see how they balance it all, because that's going to be a difficult thing. Okay, Alan. What have you been up to other than you're going to say South Park? I know you've been playing South Park.
Well, yeah, been playing South Park. Obviously, everyone. Thanks again to everybody out there who tuned in. 10 episodes we went for. The last episode was obviously last night. It was the longest one, 4 hours we went for, and that's done. I will say they did screw me, South Park, because I was meant to get an achievement for clearing it on the hardest level. I never got that achievement, so thank you very much, South Park, for.
Did you ever change the difficulty during
when you change your skin color? And that sounds horrible, but when you change your skin color, the darker you are, the harder it is. And I went the darkest you could go.
Alan, that was just a joke, dude. That's not true. It doesn't affect the game. It has no effect on the game. It's just a joke.
I looked it up. Apparently, it is.
No, it's just a joke. Oh, God bless you.
Did you change? Did you check? Is there a setting in the menus, Alan, that says
I'll have a
normal
look.
and difficult and stuff like that? Or what? I don't know.
Goddamn Parker and Stone.
Yeah, there could have been that. Maybe that was a joke. I don't know, but it could be that maybe Pete's right. That was a joke. And
hey, I actually looked up the achievement list, and actually that's what it says. It goes, when you pick your character, this is what you got to do. I thought, okay, cool. And apparently, it automatically sets the difficulty setting. Clearly not. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
South Park's done now. South Park's done now. Obviously, I've been dabbling with 2K. I've been rage betting on that. Been playing a bit of World Tour. I might do a bit of World Tour maybe sometime this week. What else have we been doing? I've been playing a few Game Pass titles. So obviously, I'll get rewards being on Ultimate. I'll get rewards for playing the Game Pass titles. So I've obviously played stuff like Skyrim. Went back to No Man's Sky. Your settlement's still there, Nick, by the way.
I haven't logged in that game in like 2 years, Alan.
Yeah, it's still your settlement's still there. you got loads of resources actually.
Have you nicked it all?
You can have them.
I probably could, but no, I'm not going to do that.
Oh,
You can have them.
What else have I done? Oh, we did try that Overcooked game, didn't we?
Yeah, my eyesight is bad. I couldn't even tell the icons from each other. It's just like, you know what? I don't think I can see what I was doing.
So we did try Overcooked 2. Yeah, it's a fun cop game, but you really have to be, you know, tight knit to succeed in that game.
Yeah,
Really tight knit. And of course, then I had my mini console last weekend when we hooked up, and so we played WrestleFest on the old arcade.
Alan, I'm gonna. Sorry, I'm interrupting this because I want to quickly mention the best game that me and Alan played this whole month.
Oh fuck yeah, go on then, go for it.
What was the title, Alan? Steven Seagal
is the final option. It's an old Super Nintendo game. Yep, it's an old Super Nintendo game from about 1993, 94.
really?
It uses the Mortal Kombat tech. So you remember how Mortal Kombat looked? The original Mortal Kombat game. So basically, imagine
it's just a reskin?
Yeah, imagine that, but it's Steven Seagal.
Okay.
He's basically taken the level of Goro's lair from Mortal Kombat, made that in basically every single level, and he's put himself in it. So, and the animation to that game is comedy. Please look it up. Anyone out there, go to YouTube, look up.
What was it called? Remind the viewers.
Steven Seagal is the final option.
Is the final? Is he the hero then? I take it.
Of course he is.
You should see the jump animation.
Oh, the jump animation, the death animation.
It's amazing.
He does little kicks and chops. Pulls out a gun. I love the fact that
we couldn't believe what we were watching, could we, Alan?
The thing is, I clicked on 2-player and it wasn't even 2-player. It was a 1-player game. They're thinking, thanks, Steve.
That was a mercy for me, Alan.
I suppose so. But the man's so egotistical. He doesn't want anyone else playing in the game. He wants it a 1-player game only. There can only be one Steven Seagal.
There is, thankfully, only one Steven Seagal.
So that game is probably the worst game I've ever played. I'm not playing some real shockers.
A bit of movie trivia.
Yep.
A bit of movie trivia briefly is that during Under Siege 2, the actress Catherine Hill had to do something about Steven Seagal because he kept hitting on her. She told her mum. Yeah. And I think I don't remember what her mum did about it, but it was a bit creepy. So
you probably tried to do it on her as well.
I mean, there's a great series by Critical Drinker called Crash and Burn, and one of them is about Steven Seagal. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. It's yeah.
God bless you, Steven Seagal. Don't ever come back.
He's not a nice guy at all.
That game was amazing, though. I don't care what you say, Alan. I couldn't believe it. I was in shock, horror. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
It was awful. Just happened upon it. I was just, scanning through the games, thinking, "What's this?" I've had this little mini console for about 5-6 years, and I've never come across this game before.
What year did that come out? Do you know?
About 93, 94.
Yeah.
All right. That's about the same time as the movies.
There's people who've done YouTube videos on it. So put in the title in YouTube. There are. I watched a couple because I couldn't believe this was actually real. So I had to check with reality to make sure I wasn't like hallucinating or something. So. Anything else, Al?
I don't think I've actually played anything else. Done a bit of Skyrim.
Rimsky.
Yeah, Rimsky. I wanted to get back to Jurassic World Evolution 3. I mean, I've been off this week. I don't know, for some reason I didn't get back to it. I bought the DLC for it at half price, I might add. That's actually it for me, actually.
So, okay.
Well, Star Wars Outlaws, I've actually got back to that.
Did you start playing that? I haven't played.
I've started it. Yeah, I've started it. I've done a little bit more. So
what's your first impression?
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, when I play a Star Wars game, I'm used to having a lightsaber in my hand because obviously the last few Star Wars games I played is like the Jedi Survivor games, Force Unleashed, even Battlefront. The Battlefront games. I always tap into a hero and I'm always playing as Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader, and just hacking people. So I'm always used to having a lightsaber. So that's different. I'll give it that. And you have to go and hack it, hacking consoles with your little pet, if you like. It's okay. It's we all knew Outlaws wasn't going to be a great Star Wars game, but it's different. I think that's what people have a problem with is the fact that it's different. That you're not playing a Jedi or a Sith Lord. You're playing an outlaw. You're playing a scoundrel. In the end of the day,
It's Han
Smuggler.
Solo. Well, it's Han Solo. The game is just for the chick, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
that's what. It,
yeah, which is perfectly
not really
fine.
that, yeah.
Which is perfectly fine. I'm
Apparently,
seeing all these.
it was in a much worse condition, Alan, than it is now. So God knows what the actual original version.
Yeah,
was
I
like.
think it's one of the reasons why I did stop playing it. I'm thinking, well, it's a bit janky, so maybe if I leave it a year, maybe I'll come back to it and it seems to run fine. Got no issues. I will probably carry on.
Sorry, people say the stealth is really bad in it, Alan. That's one of the criticisms I've heard, that the stealth is wonky in it, and a lot of it is a stealth game.
I actually there was a couple of areas where I had to sort of creep around and I wasn't caught at all. So maybe they fixed it since.
Yeah, I think it's nearly it's probably over 2 years old now, but it wasn't a big hit, was it? I think the reviews
the
reviews had it like a 6 or a 7, so it was it kind of
didn't bring in like the reviews that to say the Jedi Survivor game did or Fallen Order. That those actually rated quite well. But this one, because it's different, and sometimes people don't like change. That everyone just wants the same old. Granted, people can complain about having the same old thing hit at you, but as soon as you get something different, it's too different. I don't like it.
Yeah,
you can't please everybody, unfortunately. So we'll have a look at the comment quickly. Ryan just asked me a question there. Did you see Berlin, which is obviously the World Tour in 2K26? Yes, Ryan, I have seen the Berlin World Tour. I've done the first 2 matches of the first of 5 strands. I will try and stream some this week. I do want to get Chicago done, but yeah, that I'm on level 5, match 3, and I am struggling with that one. I'm really struggling to get it done. But it might be funny to see me, screaming and shouting at the game. Could be fun. Anyway,
where's all that noise coming from, by the way?
Noise.
There's loads of bumping noises. Anyway, go on.
Bumping noises. No, I don't hear anything.
What noises?
Go on.
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah. That's it. Ready it for me. As I said, I'll try and stream a bit of 2K26 this week. I mean, it won't be a long stream, just might be an hour, but it's just to fill the gap between. Obviously, you won't hear anything from me now until Bond comes out, which is going to be May 27th. Hopefully, if Game Collection get their asses into gear, I might have it on the 26th. But we'll see. I'm hoping and praying they send it to me early.
James Bond.
James Bond. What are you listening to?
I should probably make myself vacant when you're playing that. Because otherwise,
you'll love it. So just imagine it's an action game.
I'll come in. I'll just take the piss. I know myself.
Come in, and just pretend it's an action game. Forget it's James Bond.
Yeah, but then there's going to be all these little references and like quoting the films. It's just like, I think this is fucking dumb.
James Bond.
I stay away because you all like it. Well, no, actually, no. I think Com's on my side, but Com isn't here, so it's 2-on-1.
I'm on the fence. I mean, there's something weird about this game that I'm not sure I like. But as I say, I'll watch Alan play it.
No, this game, no. This game is literally somebody went into Alan's brain, right, and said, "What the best game we can make for Alan? What does Alan like? Alan likes Bond. Alan likes Hitman. Right then, we'll make a
Star Wars
game."
Well, they need to go into my head a bit more and do a bit more digging, because I think they find some good ideas in my head. I imagined the game, and I thought of this years and years and years ago. But obviously, it'll be a massive licensing issue. But imagine, because I used to collect figures. I used to have figures of like Freddy, Jason, and Michael Myers, and all them. And I thought to myself, if I could somehow 3D scan these into a computer, and then I put them into different environments, and I'd have a game called Slasher Legends, and basically you pick your slasher and you go around killing people in the different environments. And then I kind of thought to myself, well, how do you get defeated? If you can't be beaten, how can you be defeated in the end? I mean, we all know Jason's invincible. Freddy is hard to kill. Michael is more or less invincible. So
it's all how you build.
Yeah.
It's all how you build the,
So I'll have to figure some sort of weakness for them all. But that was just a silly idea I had about 10, 15 years ago.
I spent some time towards the end of last year building Aliens AI from Alien Isolation. There was a series of tutorials of someone who was explaining how to build Aliens AI in Unreal Engine. So I spent some time with that, and it's quite interesting the way the perception systems work and all that kind of thing. Yeah. Sorry, you were saying?
No, that's really it. Yeah, as I say, I'm not really a tech guy, so I I mean, at the moment I'm hunting for an AI program where I can just literally type in some text and it'll give me something like a 2, 3, 4, 5 minute sequence from a paragraph of text. But I can't seem to find a program that does that. At least not a free one anyway. Everyone wants money.
Or into a video.
Hmm?
Into a video, you mean? Or...
Yeah. So basically, I'll type out a paragraph, and it will take the exact paragraph and take every single word I've said and put it into a visual.
Go to OpenArt AI. It'll be like this program that you can download for your computer, and you give it like, I don't know, 10 or 20 quid, and you can experiment because there's loads of different video models that will do that for you.
Okay.
But you gotta know what you're looking at though. But like, if you just look at a YouTube tutorial on OpenArt AI.
OpenArt. Okay.
Yeah, and you can do that very thing. Just type in a prompt, and it will.
Cool. So if I have like a script, I can literally take a part of the script and I can put it in, and it will just do it all for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
But there's a second limit, so you're going to have to sort of break it up into shots.
Of course. Oh yeah. I'll break into shots. No problem. Easy.
But I think the maximum is like 20 seconds, and that's paying for a lot. So you'd like 5 to 10 seconds for a shot.
20 seconds. I want 5 minutes.
No, but that's what I mean. You have to break it down. You can't have an AI model generating a 5-minute video. It'll, you have to do it in seconds. You can stitch it all together in an edit afterwards, but yeah, you got to. It's generating shots basically.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's fine. I can work around that.
You played anything else, Al?
No, I think that's it. That's all I've done.
Well, me and you played GM mode.
Yeah, I was going to let you talk about that, but yes, we did play GM mode on 2K26.
What are you feeling about that?
The same, bullshit you get from the AI. It seems we had SmackDown was like beating us a couple of weeks and thinking, well, how the hell are you getting all these great ratings and all these shitty matches they're putting up? You're thinking, wow, that is a 4-star match or a 5-star match. If that was on television, you'd be laughed out of the building. The belts they're putting on people is like, my God, that is your world champion? No. I mean, I can't talk. I mean, I had Psycho Clown and Austin Theory holding my world title at some point.
Yeah, I don't think that the AI plays the same game that we do.
No.
When we had that bug and the AI took over for a week and they had to take over my game for a week, the things that would have happened if I would have been a player did not happen. So they do not play the same game we do. So I don't know how I feel about that. Knowing that they don't function with the same rules that we do, it means they kind of, I wouldn't say they cheat, but obviously there's just different mechanics if you're a computer player and if you are a player. Hopefully, I don't know how balanced it is, but there's certain things that the computer just doesn't have to. Yeah,
the computer obviously goes for the win. They're thinking, well, this is the kind of parameters I need to go by to win this game. I don't care about how dramatically I want this to go. I don't care that these two people are in a feud, or I don't care that the fans want to see a particular kind of match or something like that, or this is how they would book it in the past. He just goes for the win. That's how it works. Yeah, the mode's got a lot of issues with it. It's not that it's a terribly put together game. I know what they were going for, but a lot of things don't make sense. I think I was hoping for a bit more innovation. The only innovation they've really done this year is they've given you more money, so they've let you have bigger rosters. And I suppose you can say that they give you more match types. You can have, you can have 8-man tags, you can have 6-man tags. So they've expanded it in little ways, but I don't think they've gone far enough. It still feels like this mode is maybe 4 years. I know it sounds like a long time, but I can see it like, I think there's at least 4 more revisions. I think the mode needs, because the way 2K is, Alan, they're only going to do certain things. They're only going to do so much in one game. Yeah, that's true.
So many improvements because this is a yearly title, right? Yeah, so they're only going to put so many resources into each mode, but they've got to rush it out for next year.
Well, so I've got a funny feeling I might skip next year's game because the amount of roster they've cut in the last 24 hours is ridiculous.
Well, they'll just add all the new people, won't they? In a couple of months, there'll be a whole bunch of new people, and then
that's true.
They do that every year. There's people always get sacked every year. Okay. I guess I'll go quickly. Been playing GM mode. Obviously, as people want to know who've been watching, I have started the XCOM 2 Long War, and I have mixed feelings about that. It is obviously more XCOM. Some of it is similar. Some of it is really different. Don't know if somebody just dropped out, maybe. I don't know if Pete's dropped out.
Yeah, I think Pete's dropped out.
Okay, we'll try to get him back. I don't know what exactly is going on with him. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I've been playing obviously XCOM 2, Long War of the Chosen. And it's it is more difficult, but it's also a lot more to manage. I am kind of dying a little bit with the micromanagement required, because you've got so many soldiers and then there's so many new skills, there's so many new things. So I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed by it. I mean, I'm still obviously playing it, but I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed with it. One sec, guys. Sorry.
Apologies.
There he is.
Apologies.
It's all right.
Yeah, so I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed with it, to be honest. But I'm gonna, you know, I've been told by some of the people who watch that I need to kind of continue on and kind of soldier on. So I'm not sure. As I've said to the guys who watch me, it's like I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's this. They've made certain changes that I don't approve of, and then they've made other changes that I'm okay with. And I'm getting a little bit of an inkling that this is, how can I phrase it properly? It's the kind of mod that people who like Dark Souls would make. More and more. What I mean by this is they're obsessed with cranking up the difficulty. They want their games to be rock hard, and I don't mind a challenge, but some people who make mods like this, they're obsessed with just making it as brutally unfair as possible, because that's what they want from their games. And I'm not saying people can't have that; they can. People are free to do what they want. If they want to mod their games to make their games like that, that's cool. For me, I need a bit of a balance. I don't mind it challenging, but if I think that it's blatantly unfair, or if I think a mechanic is just like, well, that's difficult just for the sake of being difficult, that actually doesn't make sense to me. You're just doing that to be annoying. That's where I start to draw the line. If I think they've added certain features, I think to myself, you're just doing that you're kind of making that less fun. You're making this part of the game less fun. You're adding this restriction that doesn't need to be there because you want to make it extra difficult. So I'm still in that kind of middle ground where I'm just trying to work out if I actually like the mod, and I still don't have an answer if I like it or not. I'm going to play more. There's a stream. I'm going to be doing a stream tonight. I've got a stream set up tonight at 9. I'll be doing some more, but I'm still not sold on it. Yeah, it's Long War of the Chosen XCOM 2 mod. Also, it's like I've already put like 14 hours into it, and I feel like I've made no progress. And I kind of knew that. I knew that's why it's called Long War, right? I knew that it was going to be an incredibly long game, and that's why I was always a little bit reluctant to start it as a streaming series, because it's like, how much time is this going to take me to do? Because it could take me hundreds of hours to do, and I'm already about 14 hours in, and I think I'm still right at the start of the game. So it is a kind of what I thought to myself. It's kind of like, okay, this is going to be an extremely long series. So that's why I'm not streaming it every night, guys. It's because I'm trying to pace myself a little bit, because if I get burnt out on it, then I won't want to do it. And I don't like starting. You know, one of our kind of rules here, more often than not, is that if you start a series, we want to do our best to finish it. So that's why I've got to be a little bit careful, because this series could, you know. And I've said to the guys, I said this series could take me a year to do, and it could do. It could take me a year, and I'm not gonna promise to do it every night. I'm gonna do it when I feel like it, and if that means once a week, and that might be all it ends up being, is once a week, then it could take me a year to finish. That's the truth.
Well, that's fair enough. It's fair enough, dude. If like you take it at your own pace, mate. Despite what Kuva wants you to do, bless you, Kuva.
It's a couple of guys. They want to see me do it because they're playing alongside me as well. So we're all kind of playing it at the same time. So yeah, I'm not sure on the mod. That's the best thing I can say. I'm not saying I hate it, but there are certain aspects that I just think to myself, you didn't have to do that. You've done that because you think you're balancing it, and it's just like, okay. And it's like I am feeling a little bit like, oh, let's just make this as hard as possible rather than it being fun. So it's a difficult game balance. I've always said is so incredibly difficult, and if it's difficult for the game developers to pull it off, I'm sure it's probably even harder for people who are just modders to pull it off. It's difficult.
Well, it takes more than just being a modder to effectively balance something, because modding something is one thing, obviously, right? But to balance something requires some serious math. So
100%. And
not all of them can do it, bless them.
No, and in XCOM 2, obviously, it is at its heart, it's a strategy game, so it's got to be really as fair as it can be. And there's
Well, it's a
couple of
dice roll game, isn't it? It's essentially under its hood, it's a D&D game.
well, it's an RNG game, but it has to be consistent as well. Like, you know, you accept that when you sign up for it, you know that you're gonna miss some easy shots, and sometimes you're gonna get lucky with shots you shouldn't hit. And it's very delicate because obviously you as a player, and we've all played XCOM, I know, well, especially you, Pete, you know that it can be very frustrating if you have a bad turn and you miss a couple of shots that you probably should be hitting. And because you've got permadeath on as well, you could end up losing some of your favorite characters, and you can get very upset. You feel like, I don't know, somebody's making loads of noise.
Something fell.
Yeah.
Like a 95% shot doesn't really sort of guarantee a 100% shot. It's a 95% shot, and it can still miss, and that's frustrating.
Yeah, and especially if you get a number of them, you know, you accept if it's a 95% shot, but you'll get angry. But if you miss 2 95% shots in a row, which can happen, then that's when your mind starts thinking, hold on.
Oh,
the odds are so small, but it's not zero. But the odds of missing, the odds of roll, it's a D20, right? The odds of rolling a 1 on the D20 twice is incredibly low, but it's not zero. So your mind will start thinking, hold on a sec, have you just screwed me?
Yeah.
Have you just screwed me? And it breeds a bit of bitterness. It can breed saltiness as well. But you know, that is a part of the game, and sometimes it will go the other way. Sometimes where you will hit shots which you really have no right hitting. But in a game with permadeath, that's, you know, the consequences sometimes are just that, permanent. So I've been playing XCOM 2 Long War of the Chosen. That's my current streaming game. And I've been playing TGC Card Shop Simulator. I've been all over that. I'm on day 150.
Wow.
Oh, so you've been playing it offline. Nice.
Yeah. My shop level is 120. I've unlocked everything there is to unlock. Even though I am not somebody who cares that much about achievements, with a game like this, I think that is the kind of focus of the game, because I've nothing else left to unlock. I'm already a millionaire. I've already made $1 million, so I'm already sitting on $1 million. My card collection is worth several million. So if you think about it, if the goal was for me to make $1 million, then I've finished the game. If the goal was to collect all the cards, that's something I'm still trying to do. And there's a couple of achievements. One of them is selling a card for over 100 grand. That's a difficult one. And then another one is collecting like 500 cards, which are like 10 rated, which takes time. At the moment, I'm doing it. It's a podcast game. Does that make sense? So I've got it on, but I've got podcast on at the same time. So my focus, I'm only really half in the game. It's more or less a background game. So that's why I'm listening to the podcast and then I'm playing it at the same time, because because of the nature of the game, it's not a game where you need to pay that much attention. I mean, you do have to obviously do certain things, but it's a kind of game where if you want to leave the game running and let the shop, once you get to certain levels and you hire people, the shop kind of takes care of itself, more or less.
Yeah, I ended up just standing there whilst people just do stuff for me.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
I just go up to the people who want to make trades and just get out of my face.
Yeah. And that is what the end game is. The end game, you don't have to man the till, you don't have to stock the shelves. Everything can be simulated. So you just end up kind of being the manager, where, as Pete's just said, you just stand there. If somebody comes up to you wanted to trade a card, you talk to them, and you might, if you see that somebody's not doing their job, like somebody hasn't restocked something, you might take it upon yourself to go do it because they're not doing it. Stuff like that you might do. But most of the time you're like a supervisor. You become a supervisor. But at the start of the game, the first half of the game, you have to do most of the stuff.
Like everything yourself. I'm still holding out for someone offering me a Black Lotus Magic the Gathering card. It's like the rarest card. They're like the most expensive one in TCG history.
Yeah, I've still got, I think I'm missing about 50 cards, but that's 50 cards out of like 2,500. So I'm down to like the last 1% of cards. But so, whether or not it holds I don't know how much longer it is going to hold my interest, if I'm honest, just because my shop is finished. Does that make sense? My shop is finished. I'm stocking.
Is this on the console?
Yeah, it runs
you-
terribly on the console. By the way, it runs terribly on the console.
Because if you had it on PC, you could mod it to sort of sell different card games like Pokemon or Magic.
No, I'm just playing it on the Xbox, and I will say the Xbox performance is bad. There's no getting around it. I don't know how it runs on PC, but the Xbox, once you get all the upgrades, and so once your shop becomes as big as it can, the frame rate dips into the 15 to 20s. Luckily, you can get away with it in that kind of a game. If this was any other kind of game, I would say I literally cannot play this. With this game, because I'm mainly just standing there and the shop's running itself, you can live with it. But it is terribly optimized. I mean, to be fair, it is an independent game. It's one guy, I believe. I think it's one guy who's done it. So,
Well, bless him if that's the case. Yeah.
And it's not finished. It's the current version, which I think is universal, so the PC version as well. It's 0.7, so it's not even full release yet.
It's been like that for a while, hasn't it? It's been like that since like January or something.
Yeah, and probably because if there really is only one guy, I mean, you could say, well, he's probably made a decent chunk of change. He could maybe hire some people, but maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe it's like, I want to do things myself. This is my game. It's going to be up to me and me alone. That's respectful. Why not? But yeah, it means that stuff's going to take a long time to get finished. And the last thing I'll say about it is if they can get the playing card game right, because if you guys have seen the roadmap, the last thing it says is playable card game
Tournament.
into the game. So that means that they will actually put a proper card game into the game, and you can play with the cards that you buy. If they get that right, and it's going to be difficult, but if he can get that part right,
that's going to be so difficult. Difficult.
It is, because you're inserting another game into a game. It's like making a completely different game, because obviously you need to get the balance right, and you need to have all the cards and stuff like that. And we'll see if one guy by himself. That's why it's like maybe you might want to outsource that shit, mate. You might want to because whoever the developer is, he must have made a decent chunk of change, because this game's become a minor kind of hit. A lot of people play this game. It's on the consoles. They love the idea of just being of having a card shop. I mean, like, it is genius. It is genius. It taps into a market, because there's a lot of these simulator games, but a lot of them are like, well, Car Mechanic Simulator is one, Supermarket Simulator, and it's like, okay, you're getting the experience of running a shop, but this one's slightly different. Not only are you getting the whole kind of shop experience, which you can get with those games, but you get to collect cards. Look, there's a lot of nerds like me out there who that's two genres. That's video games meeting, card games. So you know what I mean. There is a massive market for it. So this could be the first of many. I'm sure that there will be more of these. Probably people maybe who've got more resources than this chap have seen the success of this and been like, okay, we'll do it too. A lot. If he can get if this guy, and I assume it's a guy, if this guy can make a proper card game, which, as Pete says, is a tough ask. If he can actually get that right, then this game will blow up all over again. So and it's one of the few games on Game Pass that I play. And I will say very quickly, this is the last thing I'm going to say. We should mention very quickly, Pete might not even know about this, but Xbox have reduced the price of Game Pass.
Oh, yes, they?
Yeah, they're taking down. New.
There's a caveat in it, Alan, that none of us will care about. And what is the caveat, Alan?
The caveat is it'll be reduced, but you can't have Call of Duty on day one. Oh, woe is me.
No.
What will I do if I can't play Call of Duty?
Fuck.
Oh, the same game since the dawn of time. Oh, what will I do if I can't play it? The same boring old first-person shooter game that you can't.
I'm
bodies.
I'm devastated.
What a shame. Yeah, what a shame. Don't care.
It backs up that. I remember saying years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I remember saying the only reason they're doing this is because of Call of Duty. And
yes, you did.
This 100% is.
I think this was on. Yeah, this is on live as well. So if someone wants to dig back and make a short out of it, I know it's on somewhere.
Yeah, it's Call of Duty. I said this is the reason because of Call of Duty, and that is the reason why they're doing it.
Call of Duty.
Call of Dookie. If they took
Yeah.
Call of Dookie out, then
Call it Dookages.
so me, Alan, and Pete. Even though I know Pete doesn't even own an Xbox, but none of us would particularly touch Call of Duty with a barge pole, at least anymore. I think Alan
No.
and Pete played.
Well,
The original Modern Warfare,
his-
Call of Duty 4. That was the best one. After then, it was just the same old shit every single year. Sorry, Pete.
but here's the news though, that my PC is going to become an Xbox at some point towards the end of this month. I can switch over apparently with Windows and go into Xbox mode and play all my Xbox games.
Ah, there you go.
Cool. Eggbok.
Eggbok. Xbox.
Um,
You want the Xbox? So we'll see how that goes. I'm quite excited to check it out. I'm not going to lie, but like I love when new versions of UI come out. Get all goody.
I think that's it. I guess I can mention it, but I haven't played enough of it. Okay, so Hades 2, which was on my most anticipated game.
Oh yes, I downloaded that.
I've only played. Honestly, I only put it on for an hour last night, so it's going to be my next game. I'm going to hammer. I'm probably not going to stream it, though. You never know, unless there's demand. Oh, you stream it, but I'm probably not going to stream it. But that will be most likely the game I speak about on our next show, because my planning is I'll be playing that probably most of the month, because that's going to be the game I'm going to hammer next.
You can probably stream it as a Let's Try, like you did with the card game.
Yeah, but I already know I'm going to like it because I love the first one so much.
True.
Card Simulator. I didn't know if I was going to like the card.
Just remind the viewers about Hades if no one knows about it.
I mentioned Cheryl, Alan's Mrs. Cheryl, who's in the chat. Big up Cheryl, and big up Rufus.
Big up the Cheryl.
It's a roguelike game based on obviously the Greek mythology. So you've got all the people from Greek mythology like Zeus and obviously Hades, and the labyrinth. What's the labyrinth called, Alan? They talked about it in Clash of the Titans film. Why can't I remember it? The labyrinth. Underground. The underground. It's called something.
Yeah, but it's called Hades.
Tartarus.
That's what Hades is. Isn't it?
Tartarus, isn't it? Tartarus, I think it's called.
So that sounds familiar.
No. Oh yeah, I know. Hades is the god of the underworld. Oh my god, my Greek mythology's gone. Oh, it's gone to shit.
I think it's Tartarus. I think it's called Tartarus.
It could be Tartarus, yeah.
So it's got all that stuff, and it's a blend of. There's RPG elements, but not really decision making. But the replayability is kind of amazing, and it's one of those games where you're not expected to win. You've got to beat the game like 10 times to get the proper ending. But each run is different, so there's all these different weapons and there's different abilities. The gameplay is amazing. The voice acting is amazing, and even though there's no cutscenes in traditional way of cutscenes, the voice acting alone makes up for it. And there's loads of different characters, and like I say, it's based on Greek mythology and stuff like that. So if you like your Greek mythology, you'll love it. And the gameplay is really good. The one thing I say it's not, if you're looking for like a big budget kind of Hollywood game, it's not that. It is an independent game, but it's incredibly well made. I don't know if it's up to Ali P. Maybe it is, but Alan, I'm pretty sure that you played the first one.
I played the first game. I didn't get into as much as you did, but I liked it. I think it was really good. I mean, I only stopped playing it because I got sidetracked. That's my my curse. I'll play something else will come along, and I'll jump onto that. It happens to me all the time.
I think Hercules is in it, Ryan. They're pretty much all in it. Artemis is in it, and like I say, all the Greek gods, all the Greek kind of legends and stuff.
So just check up. Yeah, Hades is the god of the underworld.
Yeah.
Tartarus is a deep, stormy pit beneath the underworld, serving as a prison for the Titans and other condemned beings.
Yeah, Hades was like the big bad of the first game. I think he was your father. I'm trying to remember who you played. You played as Hades' kid, and then the goal was to beat your father, but you had to beat him like 10 times. And there was a whole different backstory. Like if you beat him 10 times, you got to find out who your mother was, and that was the true ending. You found that one to your mother, but in order to do that, you had to beat it like 10 times. So if it's anything like the first, and so far, like I say, I've only played an hour of it, so I can't say it's as good. How can I?
Zagreus. Zagreus is the most recognized son of Hades.
It might have been him, yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, so I think Cheryl, you probably would like it. I think you probably like it. If you like your Greek mythology as well, you'll definitely appreciate all the kind of lore and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's been downloaded onto your Xbox, sweetheart. So I played about 10 minutes. I just couldn't get into it. I wasn't in the mood. I did play it for a little bit, and I say my heart wasn't in it. But I will go back to it because I like it. I think it's fun. It's one of those games. I did die, and it sent me back to to the start point. But as I say, you go back to the start point, and you can keep upgrading yourself. From every death, you upgrade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's that kind of game. So you won't. Don't expect to get to the end in one go. You won't. No. It's not designed that way.
No, the idea is that you'll get a bit further each time you play, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's it.
You get more powerful each run, but there's RNG to it as well. So you don't know exactly what powers you're going to find each time you go for a run. It's going to be different. So it's got that amazing replayability. Then no two playthroughs will be exactly the same because you don't know what you're going to stumble across. So yes, by all means play it. I advocate for it, and I think that's a safe. Based on the first game, of course, unless the second game is exact train wreck. But if you look at the reviews, they'll just say it's regarded even better. It's more of the same, but even more refined. Is the reviews for it. So. But that's more about what we'll be playing next week. What about you two guys? Since we've discussed what we've played, what are your plans for what's your plans? Well, mainly for May now, I suppose. What are you going to be playing in May? What do you think you guys?
Well, me personally, I'm waiting for Bond.
That's it.
But I've got some titles that I've got some titles that I still want to get back to. I've still got my Jurassic World Evolution 3. I want to get back to playing the Precincts, because you got me.
Have you played that yet?
Yeah, of course I have. Yeah, I played it.
What's it like? Precincts.
It's interesting.
What kind of a game is it, Alan? Because I know it's a cop game, but I mean,
yeah,
you go out. Do you play as a legit cop? You can't play as like
you're a legit cop. Yeah, as much as I love to go out and be Matt Cordell, you can't, even though your character's called Nick Cordell.
Close.
But yeah, I'd like to go out and sort of, bust some heads and take bribes and shit. But no, you can't do that. You're a honest to God good cop, and you go out and giving people parking tickets, and you go out and stop bank robberies and stuff like that.
You give people parking tickets.
Yep, you can be right. Yeah, you give people parking tickets.
I was going to say, can you be to some degree an arsehole, rather than be a corrupt? You can be an arsehole.
I think you could be an arsehole, yeah.
Okay. Well, I would have expected to be able to be an arsehole.
Yeah. I mean, it's something I could probably stream for one episode. It won't be an ongoing series. I could probably stream it once.
I would be really interested to see the game, Alan.
Okay. Yeah, I can stream it. I'll stream it an hour of it. Yeah, I guess I could do an hour. I mean, I've already started the game. I'm not starting again. So I'm gonna basically take it from where I already am. So yeah, there is that. So
it's like a slice, just like a couple of hours.
Just put it as let's put it as a let's try. If it's something you're not going to stream, just put it as a let's.
Yeah, I'll just put it up, and if people are interested in getting it, by all means. So this will give you a taste, give you a little taste.
Taste, yes.
By the way, Rufus, I do know of Risk of Rain 2. I own it. Yeah. I didn't think it was that amazing, but I do know of that game. Rufus, just answering him. Pete, what about you? What are you playing? Anything planned, or just nothing planned?
Well, GTA 6, obviously. There is that fantasy game. I know, but that's long term, obviously. So, but there is that fantasy game that came out recently that I have got my eye on. I just keep forgetting what it's called.
Crimson Desert?
That's the one. I've got my eye on it. People are saying different things, so I don't know. I will sort of wait for that to come down in price, wait for a sale, and I'll give that a bash. I do still want to play the new Doom game for my dad, because I vow to always complete Doom games. Other than that, XCOM 3, which is coming out in October.
What? XCOM 3.
In my dreams, yeah. Other than that, not really. I'm just keeping I might go back to No Man's Sky for a bit, because I know that there's a mode now where you can build your own capital ship, and I've always had a hard on with designing ship.
Would you go back to? Because surely that's going to be lesser than Star Citizen. Why would you go back to? Because it's a different style, isn't it?
It is a different style. It's a different feel. Even though it's literally pretty much the same thing at this point. I think it's I might, I don't know, because I like designing and stuff, and if I'm not designing, I'm not happy. So in any capacity, so I mean, either that, dare I say it, you guys are going to laugh. Starfield's ship design was quite good.
We can talk a little bit about a couple of things just to end off. We can talk about Starfield. It can be one of them. So
I just want to say that fuck the game. I just want to build ships because there's like you can add mods to it now where you can make it really complicated.
Yeah, they've upgraded it because it's now released on the PlayStation 5 with Starfield, and it hasn't. By the way, it hasn't sold well. In case anyone cares about that,
170,000 was it?
Yeah, so that's that's the impact Xbox games are having on PlayStation. Just like Gears of War was a failure. Basically, the PlayStation fans are like, actually, no, you can keep your shit. We don't really want it. That's the message.
Much. I think we said the same about Helldivers, didn't we?
Oh yeah. But they've updated it, and I've read a couple of reviews on it, and apparently they have improved a couple of things. But the point still is, at its heart, it's still just Starfield, and the issues that game has, especially when it comes to exploration, are always going to be there because that's just how it's made. What they've added the ability to travel between planets.
Oh yeah, thanks. Look, here's the thing, right? Like, what they were trying to do was that you have to complete the game multiple times to get the grander story.
You do it once, mate. I couldn't do it once.
Yeah, and I think that's where they shot themselves in the foot because, like, if you put so much into the old world, then it's going to take a long time. And I guess that's what they were gunning for, that long-term thing. But it didn't work because it's bland and there's nothing to see when you're out there. You'd expect to find some stuff. You'd expect to find different-looking caves. I know, Nick, like just alien structures, things to discover, things to investigate, maybe some murders here and there, maybe some animal feces you've got to reef through. I don't fucking know. But it was so fucking bland and boring.
They can't fix it, Pete, because the stuff you're describing, you're right. That stuff is too much. That would, if they do, and I'm not sure they're going to, because I'm not sure how valuable the IP is, because it was deemed as a failure. That would have to be Starfield 2. That's too much. You know what I mean? That's too much to add into that game now.
No, we're not going to see another Starfield. They have to finish Elder Scrolls, and then they got to do another Fallout. So we're not going to see Starfield for like 20, 30. We'll be dead, I think, probably before we.
If at all.
Yeah.
Then why not bother? Yeah.
So fuck them. I mean, they have to get Elder Scrolls right now. Like, briefly talk about this, that they are literally hanging by a noose at this point. And if they don't get Elder Scrolls right, it's game over. Because if they don't get it right, then we're just not going to trust that games company again, and they're going to have to sell their IP.
I'm not. I mean, I know how much you adore the Elder Scrolls games, but I mean, I'm more or less off that wagon. Yeah, look, if they prove me wrong,
but that is their biggest IP, though, dude. And if they get it wrong, whether you like it or not, whether they get it wrong is or not this is really like their last chance, I think.
Yeah,
like they've definitely been given a stern talking to by Microsoft.
But I think that once a company likes the smell of its own farts so much, we can all name several companies we feel that way about, and Bethesda is certainly one of them. Mm-hmm. It's very hard. I'm not saying it's impossible. It'd be silly for me to say that it's impossible, but it's going to be very difficult to change. They've got to completely change their ways.
Yeah,
and I see no evidence that they have they learned from Starfield, because that's what they're going to.
I don't think gameplay, like game engine wise, and I've heard rumors that. Well, I don't think they're going over to the Unreal Engine, as I hoped they secretly were. Because the inside, I was like, oh god, come on! With what CDPR is doing, what the tech they're adding to the Unreal's engine at the moment, surely now Bethesda's going to be like, oh well, let's go with Unreal. But no, I think they're sticking with it's like version 3 or 4 of their creation engine, and it's like, oh fuck. So unless they've got like some real whiz kid coders that can, or like ex-Epic devs or whatever, nah, I wouldn't expect greatness from the next Elder Scrolls, peeps.
No, I'm not.
Lower your expectations is what I'd say at the least.
Yeah, and I have. That's what I mean by I'm off the wagon. It's just like, they can do what they want. I mean, it's not the only company I feel that way. I have to more or less get off the BioWare wagon as well. We know that there is another Mass Effect. I have very, very low expectations for the next Mass Effect, because if Dragon Age Veilguard was anything to go by, they have 100% lost their way, especially when it comes to stuff like characters and writing. And even though Andromeda was not, I didn't hate Andromeda as much as a lot of people. I can't defend the characters and the writing, because the characters and writing were by far the worst part of that game. And
the gameplay
the gameplay was fine.
Yeah, the gameplay was absolutely fine. The stages, the pacing was absolutely fine. You just fucked up the FMVs and the story. Yeah. The main characters were weak as well. And they were just
and Veilguard is even worse. The characters and the writing are even worse in Veilguard. So what kind of expectation am I meant to be having? The last two games have had the worst characters and the worst story in any BioWare games. So why would I believe for a second that they're going to flick a switch? Everybody who worked on the old Mass Effect games, the original, most of them are all gone. There's very few of them left. So the heartbeat of that studio is just not there anymore. Shame.
In some good news that I've heard some good news that with the Stop Killing Games campaign, Ubisoft has bent at the knee and they're making all the dead games an offline mode, which is good, right?
Make all the what?
Ubisoft. Have you heard about this Stop Killing Games campaign?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Basically, they're trying to pass a law now which saying, like, if you create a game, you're not allowed to switch it off, because if people like that game, like look at Anthem, for instance, EA would have been banned from turning it off, and instead they would have had to develop an offline mode or something, right? So now Ubisoft has turned around and said, we're going to make all our dead games or defunct games or to be defunct games, we're going to make an offline mode for them so that you can still play them. Because that's really fair. If people have spent 50, 60 quid on a game and they really love, and you, as some damn game dev, goes to switch it off, it's like, that's not fair.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it just forces the developers to preserve the games, basically, so that people 10 years from now can still play the same games. Whereas most of
I don't know whether you guys are aware of this, but there's an internet archive. You just go to internetarchive.org, I think it is, and there's so much stuff on there. I think they've got the whole series of Bottom and maybe Young Ones as well on there. It's a preservation site, and it's not just videos. There's loads of other stuff. So I'm hoping that there's a games version of that. I think we need it.
Yeah. Now, very quickly, I know we've been on for an hour, so we won't go on much longer. But as for anything announcements that's happened, I would say, at least for me and Alan, I don't know. I think Pete's only just found out about it. I think they did announce. They're very rumored for a long time, but there was always talk about it. But this is actually happening now. The official trailers are out. It's coming out in July. But we are getting a new version of Black Flag, and it is not. It's not a remaster. We all thought they'd just maybe put a coat of paint on it, maybe get it to run at 60. And to be honest with you, because I'm such a fan of Black Flag, I actually would have been okay with that, to play it at 60. I would have probably bought it. I probably would have gone for it anyway. But the fact
so this is a ground up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Rebuilt from the ground up.
Yeah.
And you say there was a video?
Yes.
Yep, there is a trailer for it.
Yes, there's trailers.
Okay. Cool.
And there is also people who must have preview copies of the game, because, like I say, it's not officially out for another 2 or 3 months. So these are obviously going to be still probably early builds, but they have been given to much more bigger YouTubers than this channel. Influencers, sorry.
Yeah.
So there are videos around of people playing it, and from what I've seen, it looks like that. Me and Alan, I think, feared that they would just paste over the new combat, which is not as good. But it looks like they've gone for like a middle ground, which I think maybe might be a compromise for everyone involved. So they have got rid of the old Batman Arkham Asylum gameplay, and they've refined it a bit. So maybe there is a bit more skill to it involved. I think that was people's criticisms, like, oh well, all I've got to do is just kind of press the Y button and I just kill everything. And there's truth to that. The combat wasn't that complex, but it was damn fun. But the new combat they had was all about, oh, you got to use these abilities, and it was a poor version of Dark Souls. That's what I mean. They tried to be Dark Souls, but they couldn't pull it off. They didn't have they couldn't come up with a system as good as Dark Souls or games of that ilk. So the combat's always fallen a bit short for me over the past couple of games. So this seems to be a bit of a middle ground. So there is parrying involved. So you will need to have there will be some skill involved, but you can chain death animations. So if you do like a perfect counter, then you can chain that. So you can kill multiple enemies in the same way like you used to be able to do in the older Assassin's Creed. So you can do these kind of kill streaks. So it does give you a bit of that power fantasy back into the game, which I think we've been lacking with the new combat system, where you'd be struggling to fight one enemy at a time and you'd feel it all clunky. So obviously this is based upon descriptions and based upon stuff I've seen. Obviously I've not played it to know exactly how it works, but that's the general impression I've been getting, that it's a middle ground. So so maybe Ubisoft, despite them being stubborn bastards, maybe they are finally learning, actually maybe we need to go back to our roots a little bit with some of their games. And this new version of Assassin's Creed, which is Shadows, I think also didn't sell as well as they want. The last couple of obviously installments of Assassin's Creed have not been what Ubisoft wanted, so maybe they're finally realizing, okay, we need to go back to our roots a bit. So yeah, I'm apprehensively looking forward to it. And I know me and Alan, we both love Black Flag, so I think we were probably going to get it no matter what.
I'm gonna get it. Yeah, definitely gonna get day one.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. That's July, so that's come out. And the last thing I will say anyway for me, State of Decay 3 is a thing. It's actually coming out. It actually is officially coming out. It is still being made. I have signed up for this test. I haven't heard back from them yet, but I've signed up for it. Whether or not I get chosen to take part in testing their servers.
What is this? Sorry, what is this?
State of Decay 3. So
all right.
So it's not really it's going to be testing the online modes. And since I've played it, well, more than a lot of people have played State of Decay, I've put God knows how many hours I've put into State of Decay 2. So
as you said that we're a tiny channel and your support would mean the universe to us.
Oh no, I'm not. They're not going to give me anything like that. But it's just like,
you never know. You don't ask, you don't get, mate.
Yeah, but it's something that anyone could sign up for. So I just signed up for it, probably with a lot of other people, just so if I get chosen, and I'll give you guys assuming I get chosen, assuming I'm allowed to, because they might say, well, you got to sign these bloody NDAs. Who knows? Who knows? But chances are I probably won't get. I don't know. I don't know how many people are going to get onto it. If it's only 100 people, then chances are I won't. If it's thousands of people, then I've got a chance of maybe getting to test it. But we'll see.
Yeah, who knows?
So there is no release date though, and based upon where it seems to be in its development, it's not coming out this year. It will be probably next year. I would imagine it will be 2027. So a bit of a bummer, because it means another year or plus wait. And I ain't getting any younger, and I ain't getting any my health ain't getting any better. So I'm on the clock. So hurry up, guys, please, and finish that bloody game so I can play it. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Those were the two big announcements really in the last month or so. State of Decay 3 and Black Flag, two of my favorite games. What about you guys? Anything over the last month that has caught your eye?
Well, there's been a mention of Take-Two Interactive, the guys behind the GTA series. They're having an earnings call next month, and it's expected that they are going to confirm the November 19th release date, or they're going to delay it again. So yeah, there's word
they're not going to.
No, I don't think they're going to delay it again. They can't.
They're not going to delay it again. They're not even increasing the price. Someone from Take-Two said when it's staying at 60 quid or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I've seen new screenshots of the game. I've seen a leaked video, which doesn't really show much, but you can tell it's GTA. It's got one of the main protagonists in the actual clip. It's got the HUD, the map HUD on there, and it looks great. So I really expect pre-orders to probably start in end of May, early June. I would have thought, We'll probably get a third trailer we'll probably get an actual, like, I suppose, a release straight trailer all confirming this is the date it's coming out. So I feel
you got to remember that, well, what used to be known as E3, which is now not E3 anymore, but it will be June or so once we start getting these whole kind of the Summerfest, is it's the Summerfest stuff, the summer shows and stuff like that. That'll be coming in June. So if GTA really is going to hit it this year, I'd imagine that'll be plastered all over that show.
Yeah,
as well as other things.
Well, yeah, if it does appear in anyone's show, it's going to be on the PlayStation one, I reckon. I think they do favor PlayStation over Xbox, which is fine because obviously PlayStation's more games based. I mean, obviously Xbox have they want to be rebranded. They know everyone thinks, oh, it's Microsoft. Microsoft are behind it, which of course they are. But this new CEO who's now reduced the price of Game Pass has said, we need to really focus on our identity as Xbox games now.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, but I'm sure Take-Two Interactive will probably side it on the lines of Sony's PlayStation platform if they are going to announce it, or they probably want to go there on their own and just release it during that week. Solo, without taking sides.
They could do. They could schedule their own press conference. I mean, if anyone.
I don't think it'd be a press conference. I think they'll just release a trailer online, thinking, yeah, here we go. They did it last time with the two trailers. The trailers just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, my enthusiasm for GTA 6 has been reduced just because of the amount of delays. It's kind of like I'm not going to get myself excited for it until I know 100% sure that it's coming out. And then
but I say with this earnings call in May, all going well, we should start getting the official confirmation, and plus the pre-orders will start. Because no doubt they've probably got whistles and bells versions.
Do you think though, Alan and Pete as well, that this game is going to suffer from too much hype? I'm not sure it's going to be able to live up to what we've all got in our heads because it's been delayed so much. I think the more time it's been delayed, the more features we're expecting them to add. And I'm just wondering if it's going to be it's going to get to the point where it won't be able to live up to the expectations we've all got in our heads, because Rockstar got the most money, they've got the most resources, they do make quality games. And I'm not saying it's not going to be a quality game, but my point is that is the hype train going to be so big now because there's been so many delays for so many years that we're expecting it almost to be the perfect game, and it probably can't be that. And I think I feel that I feel like, well, is there going to be this? Is there going to be this feature? And I'm expecting that feature. I'm expecting that feature. I'm expecting that feature. And I'm at the point where if some of these features aren't there, I might turn it on and think,
yeah. I mean, I've heard a few little tidbits about it. I mean, they've said 65% of the buildings in the game you can actually enter.
That's good.
This is one. Apparently, the police don't just spawn in now. They actually have, and apparently there is as detailed in one of the first trailers, there is a social media network going around like TikTok, and apparently if you commit a crime, people pull their phones out and start filming you. That's how the cops,
Can I get my gun and shoot the person who's recording me?
You probably can.
Then that's what I'll do.
And apparently people remember there's somewhat of a nemesis system in this game. People will remember what you've done. So if you travel through a small town, you create havoc, and then you go back there some days later, people are like, hang on, I know you. You're that guy who held up the liquor store last week.
Do you think, Alan, they can, and we've spoken, I remember me and Pete speaking about this years ago when we were talking about Red Dead Redemption with you, one of our earlier videos we did. Do you think finally someone would get the whole police system right in one of these games?
Probably, and if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Rockstar, right? I mean, like what you were saying about like hype and stuff, I think people know what to expect from Rockstar, and as long as they're not disappointed, I don't think they'll care. Because like these delays just mean we're just polishing it, and well, that's fine. So I don't know. And with each Rockstar game, I know that a lot of leads have left, a lot of important people have left. So I was dubious about this title, but I know what you mean. I'm not sure.
The thing you got to remember, Pete, is not only have they got to handle the history of the GTA series itself, which of course is GTA 5, but now they've got the amazing, which we all agree on, the amazing game that was Red Dead Redemption 2. They've kind of got to live up to as well, because that set a new standard really for storytelling. Despite, I know that not everybody loves it, but most people love Red Dead Redemption 2. It's hard not to.
Well, it was a Marmite game. You either liked it or you didn't.
I just think that
But-
the story in the GTA games, Pete, have never been the strongest point. And obviously, the story was so strong in the Red Dead Redemption 2. Do you feel like they're going to go for a more story and really, really go heavy on the story in this GTA, or is it going to be more like the other games?
I don't feel like the stories were lame in GTA games. I think that they were structured well enough, right, to keep some kind of semi interest in it, because okay, I got to get on with the main quest now, blah blah blah.
Yeah, but I only cared about Trevor though. Alan, what do you I think me and
Yeah, Trevor was easily the best character.
Yeah, the other two characters, like Michael was boring.
He's okay. Yeah, Michael was okay. I mean, they all had their own traits, but it was more fun to be Trevor, because obviously you're playing as a Michael or I can't remember the guy's name now.
Franklin.
Franklin, thank you. So you play as Franklin, and then you use the thing to change characters. And when you change to Trevor, you're kicking the shit out of someone, or you're looking for the bin for something, or you're taking a piss or a shit somewhere, or you're waking up in your car. I think this is great.
on a beach in a woman's dress, and
you'd be like getting told off by someone for something.
He was so wrong though, man.
Yeah, he was such a wrong character, but it was fun. I think it's a great sort of yin and yang for that game in terms of the characters. They all had their own traits.
I don't think we've got anything to worry about, to be honest, though.
No, I don't think so.
At the end of the day, I think it's all going to be all right. I trust them. I trust them. And for a game that's it's over $1 billion now, isn't it? It's cost with all the PR cost now. I think that's what it's come at. Yeah, it's absolutely mental. So
yeah, I mean, if this game doesn't break records, then the gaming industry is in a much worse predicament than we think it is, because this game surely is going to break all the records.
Yeah, at the moment, it's between $1 and $2 billion. It's cost for this game.
Yeah, there you go.
Right then, anything else you guys want to talk about before we head off?
No, I'm good.
I think we're good. I just want to answer a quick question from Ryan, who asked me about a tornado match in 2K26's World Tour. It's on a map I've not done yet because I need a certain card and I can't access it. So sorry, Ryan, I've not done that one yet.
Got a couple of chats from Rufus before we head off. Big up to Cheryl as well for a root vegetable. That's a bloody fun.
Yeah, we got a guy for root vegetable in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, but big up Rufus as well. He says, I'm one of the lucky few people who happen to have zero interest in the new GTA. That is rare. You're not the only one. Com, who isn't here right now, also is not a GTA fan. He doesn't like Red Dead Redemption 2 either, does Com. Weird taste, that.
Philistine.
Yeah. He also says, if I had to make a guess, it would probably go like the new Battlefield went. Very popular within the first few weeks and then nosediving. It depends on the online mode for GTA, because the GTA 5 online mode, I think, is still popular. They were raking in 1 million a day at its peak, GTA Online. They were making a million a day. So there's no way that GTA 6 is not going to be after that same sweet pot of money. So I'd imagine that probably won't die if they get that mode right. Everybody will play in the online mode. It will dominate, probably. But thanks again, Rufus, for your comments. Right then, I guess that's it. So thank you to Alan and Pete. Say goodbye, guys.
No, yeah, good. See you later, dudes. Hope you have a good day.
Yeah, ta-ta, everyone. Thank you for everybody tuning in.
Yeah, and we'll see you. As I said, you got some stream. I'll be doing a stream later tonight. Alan will be doing some streaming. If Pete wants to do some streaming, we'll let you know. As Com as well, we tried to finish Resident Evil, so there will be streams on the channel, guys. We'll let you guys know when we're going to do them. But until the end of next month, till the end of May, that'll be it for this month. So take care of yourselves and each other. Always be a fan. And this was the PlayPout podcast for April 2026. Thanks, guys, and take care. Bye for now.
Laters.